Okay, so I saw this article on CBR.com. It's probably clickbait title, but I thought, I might as well turn on this camera because it's crazy. All right, let's look into it. So this says the 10 signs Shonen Jump is dying. If you don't know, it'd be crazy if you didn't know, but just in case you didn't, Shonen Jump is the world's biggest manga magazine. In Japan, you actually can find them in like Kiyokaniyas in North America, and there's probably some few other places. You kind of know what Shonen Jump is. It's the biggest title in manga, especially here in North America. They produce, the Jujutsu Kaisens, the Narutos, the One Pieces, the small titles that no one's really ever heard of. So we have the headline and then the sub-headline here. Weekly Shonen Jump is losing its status as premier physical manga magazine and might become more obsolete as time goes on. Now, before we get into this, the only thing I can think of them saying is like the Shonen Jump app is, I think it went up to like $3 a month. It's honestly a great value just to be able to read manga to see if you want to pick them up physically. That's what I use them for. And like the new chapters of like One Piece and Big Popular, it works super well on phones, iPads, tablets, you know what I mean? The only thing is, maybe customers are not buying the physical copies of Shonen Jump because they've moved to the app. That I can understand in today's day and age. It says 10. If you don't know, that's only one that I thought of. 10. Yep. Hey, we're not. Let's just do it. Let's just do this thing. All right, number 10. Shonen Jump's printed magazine has seen lower sales. Manga chapters are released weekly through the printed magazines, blah, 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 yeah. Their combined magazine sales for 2021 totaled 81.7 billion yen. The magazine is now selling under 1.5 million copies. Again, like I said, with the app, that's understandable. Are you guys reading number 9 right now? That's crazy. All right, Given the big 3, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, right? That was a moment in time, and they were the biggest things ever, right? A lot of it is the reason that it's come over here in North America. I'll give you that. Their new series are not weak. Like, okay. Let's just see, right? And yeah, My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer, right? That My Hero Academia was huge when it first came out. At the 14-volume mark, My Hero Academia and Promised Neverland sold over 10 million copies. It is possible for Mashal to go down the Demon Slayer route where sales skyrocket after the anime's debut. But its lackluster premise makes it doubtful. Here's the thing. While Given I have not read Mashal, I'll be the first to admit that. In the manga YouTube space, again, I watch as many videos as probably you guys watch, if not more. People love that series. Like the big people in the manga YouTube scene, right? Over the internet or whatever. They sing that series praises. And the anime hasn't even come out. And in the manga community, that's huge. Again, and they even say it here, when that anime comes out, I guarantee you the sales at least 50% up. Right? Like, that's just how it happens, at least for volume 1s. Now, if people stick with the series, depends on how well the anime is done, I think. None of the newer manga titles have come close to reaching 10 million copies sold, and none of them carry the same pedigree and hype that would warrant an explosive jump in sales after an anime adaptation. If nothing changes, the current line of new titles has a hard ceiling it cannot overcome. What about Chainsaw Man? If you don't remember, when Chainsaw Man's anime live streamed, it hadn't even debuted yet. It had over like 200,000 people or something crazy in the live stream. Might have not been 200,000, that might have been an exaggeration, but it was a lot for an anime that hadn't even come out yet. Let alone the numbers it did when it debuted. Let alone if we take the anime out of it, because it's talking about Shonen Jump, right? We'll talk manga. If you guys were around when Chainsaw Man was releasing it, all I can speak on is North America, right? You could not find those titles And those volumes, if you paid a guy in a back alley, you know what I mean? Like, you did what? They were not around. I remember eBay listings for the set of Chainsaw Man at astronomical numbers. I am pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, because you guys are, again, way smarter than me. I just like to ramble into this microphone. Chainsaw Man is newer than Mashle. Or at least they came out in the same span, right? That's not even talking about, Jujutsu Kaisen. It's Jujutsu Kaisen. Anime or manga, however you want to say it. Sales are incredible. I stand behind Sakamoto Days. I think when that anime comes out, it's over with. Kaiju number 8, when that anime comes out, that's going to explode. Like, to say that they don't have the same pedigree or hype, the thing about new series is hype builds slowly over time. Like, Chainsaw Man was really an anomaly for it being so popular when it was coming, like at the exact moment it was coming out. You know what I mean? But most of the time, it takes a set amount of volume for word of mouth for people that talk into microphones about manga to be like, hey guys, I actually found this kind of volume 1 manga that came out, and I think it's going to be incredible. And word of mouth gets it out, then the hype builds, and then it explodes. And then the anime kind of pushes it over, and that's when you get the series that stand with the Dragon Ball Zs, the Narutos, the My Hero Academias, the Demon Slayers. That's how you get that stuff. It's over a slow build, and I think that's crazy for them to say that they're weak. You might personally not like them as much, I'll give you that, but they have a fan base, and they will find their fan base. If it's not right this very moment, the anime will bring new people that are like, I only really watch anime, but if I really like a series, I'll pick up the manga. Not avid manga people, right? I don't know. I could ramble on about that for a while. We're going to go to number 8. That's what we're going to do. Lighthearted. Hey, keeping it easy. Nice and breezy and easy. Shonen Jump has always canceled titles. Read Bakuman, right? It shows that Japan and Shonen Jump have always let titles run and then a few chapters and then it cancels. I think what is bringing this to their attention, this is a theory. I actually really have no super data to back this up. With stuff like the Shonen Jump app, everyone around the world kind of has access to new titles as chapters are getting released. And that's kind of with the Shonen Jump app is one of the first ways that us, at least in North America and around the world or whatever, that's not Japan, has had access so quickly to chapters. But Shonen Jump has always canceled titles if they haven't performed. That is their thing. In 2022, 8 titles were canceled. That number might increase in time if manga like The Elusive Samurai or PPPP underperform. The future of the magazine is shaky if the newer titles cannot live up to the set standards and expectations. I get that, but you could have said that about any era of Shonen Jump. You know what I mean? Like, there is still room, in my opinion, and I read a lot of manga and I enjoy it. Like, there's still, and I hate this word, but I'll say it, the mid titles, there's room for that. Stuff doesn't have to be the biggest thing ever. I kind of enjoy, like, not having, because there's kind of pressure when you're reading something. You're like, everyone's losing their mind about this. What if I hate it? Well, I don't want to hate this. And it's kind of nice just to be like, everyone kind of is like, it's pretty good. I would rather read that sometimes than this is the greatest thing ever, because, I don't know, there's a certain level of expectation that comes with that. But yeah, canceling titles is definitely nothing new. Number 7, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me read what they have to say about this first. The current roster for Weekly Shonen Jump consists of 16 titles, but only 5 of them have sold more than 10 million copies. Again, you're always going to have, the big ones, the big boys. You're always going to have those. Manga like Jujutsu, Black Clover would eventually hit the 10 million mark down the line. That year was full of promise and success, setting a high bar for the magazine. Fortunately, the 2022 lineup still has the potential to maintain that level, except if works like Mashal, Sakamoto Days, and Blue Box spike in popularity. Again, no anime, maybe an anime. I don't think so. I'm going to say no. Again, could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. However, as it currently stands, the magazine is carried by the likes of My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is the legacy title. Like, that is, one of the longest running titles there. And one of the most popular worldwide titles that it has, of course. Of course. My Hero is getting ready to end, though. I don't know about Black Clover. Have we heard anything about Black Clover? I feel like it's getting close. I feel like Jujutsu too. Like, I feel like these are out the door. I think Chainsaw Man, because I know, part 2 is going on right now. I haven't really kept up with it, but Chainsaw Man seems the type. And I think it's got enough of a following and name brand recognition now to, like he did kind of with part 1, into part 2 and then take a while and then do a part 3. Like, I don't see this continuously publishing in the magazine. But yeah, these are ending. But again, I think we're just seeing the potential of, and all I can speak on are these two, of these two. And still the anime is a huge game changer when it comes to manga sometimes. So they definitely have a way to spike in popularity. Number 6, Shonen Jump keeps transferring big titles to sister magazines. All right, let's see. Occasionally moves manga to sister, like Jump Squared or V Jump. That's happened with D Gray Man. Reprint or D Gray Man? Let's do this. World Trigger and Baruto Next Generation is a move that accommodates manga creators who need more time so it's not that weekly grind. Yeah, I completely understand. Manga artists, that's a whole other video I've thought about hundreds of times, but I would need so much research. But yeah, their schedule is absolutely insane. Currently, the magazine cannot handle losing any more of its rising stars. Recently announced Hunter x Hunter will be transitioning to a monthly schedule. If you know, the author of that title has been through so much. Just let the man do his work as long as he needs. Relax. I don't see it as a bad thing of them transferring stuff, because think about this, right? It's unlikely, I'll give you that, but there is that possibility that they are building out their brand name. They are making Jump Square and V Jump. They're trying to build those names off of the Goliath that is Shonen Jump. And more diversity. I even think, this is me personally, I think more diversity in Shonen Jump itself would help with the sales of Shonen Jump. Because I think we live in a way now that, while it's always, it is a magazine for a certain demographic, I think that demographic is more open than people give it credit for. Or at least I try to be. I guess I can't speak for everyone that's ever read Shonen Jump ever. Fair. You're right. Whoa. Oh, I hear you. I can't. But I can't be the only one as well, and I just think that more diversity in Shonen Jump and building the brand of Jump Square and V Jump is never a bad thing. And I think that can only be a positive. I don't see that as a negative whatsoever. This is the one. Okay, so this is exactly what I said in the beginning, right? You got Spy Family, Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise, that's another one. That's going to be killer. That anime is coming out very, very soon. The Shonen Jump Plus will drastically change how the publication will be viewed moving forward. The convenience of the magazine, it also houses, again, Jump is splitting its lineup of its collective weekly series between the historic physical magazine and the lucrative digital one. While the company at large might be fine, Shonen Jump has the potential to cannibalize yes and no, right? And this is the one. This is the one that I kind of defended in the beginning. So I'm not backing down now, right? Yes, I think going more digital only can hurt them in the long run. I guess if it was me, right, you do have the Spy Family is huge. Hell's Paradise is huge. Kaiju number 8 is huge. Chainsaw Man is Chainsaw Man, right? I don't see why they would just publish it on Shonen Jump Plus. I think that could benefit them to do it in the actual physical magazine. Again, I can't speak. I haven't bought a Shonen Jump. Here's the last time I bought a Shonen Jump title. You ready? Hold on. 2003. That's the last time. So fair. I guess I can't speak on that, but it's hard to find. If it was more accessible for me. I don't have Kinokuniya. They don't sell it in Barnes and Noble anymore, as far as I'm aware. So it's hard for me to, find them. If I could, I probably would pick up a few magazines here and there. I think it would benefit them if they do have a popular series in Shonen Jump Plus. Maybe not all the time, but every once in a while, hey, we're doing, we're printing it in the physical magazine, and vice versa. In the physical magazine, putting on Shonen Jump Plus, but they kind of don't need to because they have the Shonen Jump app at this point, and kind of their whole magazine goes there. As a special thing to kind of maybe boost sales, they could be like, hey man, we're printing a special Chainsaw Man edition. That would sell crazy, right? So there's ways for them to work together, and I don't necessarily think it would cannibalize it. But I'm no weekly Shonen Jump editor. Just a guy rambling into this microphone. Hopefully you haven't clicked off the video. Are you enjoying the video? There's a subscribe button right down right down there. Just boop. I'm just glad you're enjoying the video. All right. This is crazy. No. What? No. Don't agree. What? Listen. I have a whole playlist of reading One Piece. All right, I'm not going to spoil stuff for people that don't read it because it's a great journey. There's a big thing, a huge thing that just happened relatively recently. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. No. Don't agree. Since the Marineford... Shut up. Okay, Marineford was huge, obviously, with stuff that happened in that arc. But no. Shut up. No. I'm not even going to touch this one. Going to the next one. That's crazy. The long-running weekly shonen title is becoming rarer. I agree. I actually agree with this one, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I was having a conversation with a friend recently. It might have been Rex and Tristan, the guys I do the podcast with, right? I don't think it's a bad thing, and I think the days of seeing, obviously, One Piece with the 1,000+ chapters is kind of an enigma. But I think the days of even the Haikyuus and the Black Clovers and the My Heroes, where, they're in the 500, 600, those chapters, those volumes, 45 volumes, 50 volumes. I think those days are absolutely not long for this world, is what I'm saying. I think, yeah, and I think that's just the nature of how we consume media. And kind of, for me, I think it's a good thing, because I do think that a lot of Shonen Jump titles, if we're talking about Shonen Jump, suffered from the weekly grind and we got to keep it going. It's popular. We got to keep it going. We got to stretch it out. We got to keep going. And really good series that could be an awesome 12-volume series, 15-volume series, because of the business, got stretched to 25 volumes and became weaker for it. And I think it's just like in TV, I feel like the miniseries and the 4 seasons for a TV series is becoming normal, but that's why we get such tight, really good shows, and in my opinion, get even better manga, because you don't have this artist. They can just tell the story they want to tell the way they want to tell it, and not have the pressure of having to stretch it out because it's popular. And I would remember a series regardless if it's 10 volumes or 100 volumes. It just depends on the story it's trying to tell. And I think getting that pressure of having to stretch it out, I think you're going to get stronger titles. Obviously, they're not going to hang around for long, so you're going to have to keep getting popular titles to sell your magazine. Fair enough. But they're going to be stronger titles that are going to be remembered for longer. In turn, your magazine will be remembered because of those titles. If that makes sense. That made sense in my head. I'm going to have to watch this back when I'm editing it and see if it makes sense to me when I'm editing it. So hopefully that made sense to you guys. Yeah, I mean, I talked about it with the My Hero stuff. Yeah, the Haikyuu's Demon Slayer Assassination Classroom, the My Hero's getting ready to end. Yeah, One Piece is on its way, but I still think that's 3 or 4 years off. See, I think Jujutsu Kaisen is going to end around the time One Piece ends. Yeah, My Hero's going. Those titles have been running for a good long time. I think if I look up here, I know Black Clover is on volume 31. I think, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen's on 19. Yeah, they've been going. It happens. New titles will come. How it always has come. Yeah. What is number one? There's no clear succession plan for popular manga. What does that mean? There's nothing set to replace the potential holes in the roster. If Hunter x Hunter jump ship and if Academia ends, there's nothing poised to fill that void. Jujutsu Kaisen is a close candidate for secession, but it might not be able to handle the pressure. What? All right. Not to mention, it's just one manga. Fair. The worst possible outcome would be for One Piece to end, as no other series will be able to fill its shoes. As it stands, if One Piece ends, the weekly Shonen Jump might collapse with it. The magazine needs its newer titles to rise to the occasion. All right, that's the final one. Number one. I mean, I feel like that's kind of what we've been talking about this entire video. Yeah, One Piece is going to end. Yeah, My Hero is going to end. It's kind of a jab. I feel like the person that wrote this is not a Jujutsu Kaisen fan. Like, I don't know if it'll be able to handle the pressure. I think it'll do just fine. You know, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 was pretty popular. And the Jujutsu Kaisen manga is pretty popular. That is a weird jab that they decided to do, but fair enough. I think it boils down to, for Shonen Jump to succeed, and there's peaks and valleys in anything, right? And I wish I had the numbers of Shonen Jump to see, like, the peaks and valleys. And while, you know, it is scary for, like, a big title like One Piece to end, and My Hero, like, those are the two, I would say, at least here in North America, those are the two biggest titles in a good long time. But I think, for me, the way I land on it is a lot of the newer titles are just getting, they're the newer title. It's in the name. They're new. They're just getting started. And while, like, change is scary in anything, I read a lot of the new titles. And I am not scared in the least. I think Shonen Jump is still going to be, you know, the world's most popular manga, as they put on the back of every manga you buy from them. And I think a lot of these newer titles, with given time and anime adaptations and getting word of mouth, oh, this is good, you know, I watched this manga haul, this person talked about it, they'll be just fine. Now, will they reach the pinnacle that One Piece reaches, or the pinnacle that My Hero Academia reaches? There will be one. One Piece is different. One Piece is different. But there will be a big one. And I think, to kind of sum it all up, Shonen Jump taking risk and branching out, maybe with a little bit different titles, or giving, you know, manga artists a little bit more time or a little bit more freedom, and using, like I said, the Shonen Jump Plus, like doing special things with titles that are just digital, and putting them in the printed magazine for a week or something. I think there's actually ways. I see it because manga, if you think about it, just keeps getting more and more popular even outside of Japan. So in my mind, if they are the top dog in the race, they have the possibility, and I think they have the groundwork to actually become bigger than they have been. But I am a manga fan, so maybe I just wish and hope and pray that that's what happens. Oh, That felt like a rant video. My voice hurts. I must have really got into it. I apologize. Yeah, I am so sorry. I hope I didn't like offend you or anything like that. I did not expect to get have that much of a reaction to that. But as always, I like to talk with you guys in the comments. So if you guys have opinions about any of that stuff we went over, I would love to have a conversation in the comments down below. And maybe I am, talking out both sides of my mouth, and maybe I'm missing something, and you could be like, actually, it is kind of losing steam because, X, Y, Z. So yeah, let's talk in the comments down below. And I really appreciate you guys, especially the ones that made it to the end of this video. Woof, we ranted today. Woof, man, you guys that have stuck here, A+. But no, seriously, it means the world to me. Thank you so much. And as always, if you're having a bad day, I hope it gets better. And if you're having a good day, I hope it becomes fantastic. Like the Shonen Jump. I'll see you next time.